Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the spherical law of Laplace law of spherical membrane. Now see, this concept is familiar with surface tension, and already you know surface tension means what. In our previous videos we have seen surface tension means what, then surface energy means what is the relation between surface tension and surface energy. In this article, Laplace law of spherical membrane. So in this article we have considering here drop, liquid drop. See, this one is a liquid drop, and the liquid drop has a radius r. So whatever may be the inside pressure of this liquid drop, that is pi, that is inside pressure, and the outside pressure is represented by P naught, that is the outside pressure. See here, inside pressure and outside pressure. So whatever will be the difference between inside pressure of the drop and outside pressure of the drop, that difference is represented by excess pressure. So you should remember here, excess pressure means what? Excess pressure means the difference between inside and outside pressure. Now see here, in case of drop, or we can say bubble, inside pressure is always greater than outside pressure. So whatever may be the difference in between them, that is represented by excess pressure. Now see here, a liquid drop we are taking here, and just we have to increase the radius of this liquid drop by delta r. So we are increasing the radius of liquid drop by delta r. So that's why we are writing here the initial surface area, that is called as A1, initial surface area of liquid drop. And we know the surface area of liquid drop because this liquid drop, it is in the form of sphere. Liquid drop, it is in spherical shape, so that's why we know the area of sphere. So area of sphere is always 4 pi r square. So that's why we are writing here 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square. Why I am writing here 4 pi r square? Because 4 pi r square is the surface area of sphere, and these liquid drops are in spherical shape. We have seen in surface tension, liquid drops, or we can say bubble, they are always and always in spherical shape. What is the reason behind it? Obviously surface tension. So due to surface tension, liquid drop or spherical, or we can say bubble, they are in spherical shape. Suppose you have water on your palm and just you throw it in upward direction. So whatever may be the droplets of that water, that droplets are always in spherical form. Why? Because of surface tension. There is a tendency of liquid to reduce its area or to minimize its area. See here, surface tension is very simple phenomenon of liquid. So here the surface area, that is initial surface area, it is 4 pi r square. What we have done here, just we increases the radius of liquid drop by delta r. So that's why whatever may be the change in that liquid surface, so that is why we get here final surface area, that is A2. So final surface area will be, there is increase in radius, so increase in radius means r plus delta r. So instead of this r, we have to write r plus delta r bracket square. Why we write here r plus delta r? Because here we are increasing the radius of liquid drop by delta r. So after increasing the radius, then we get the total radius for final liquid drop, it is r plus delta r. So that's why here r plus delta r we can write. Now we know the mathematical formula, that is a plus b whole square. So you are familiar with that formula, that is a square plus 2ab plus b square. So now you can apply this formula here. So that's why final area of liquid drop will be 4 pi as it is into r. R, that is a square, means here r square plus 2r into b. B means delta r plus b square means delta r square. See here you are considering here small r means small a and delta r means small b. Now we have the formula a plus b bracket square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. So just you have to apply this formula in this case. So here we get a2 is equal to 4 pi in bracket r square plus 2r delta r plus delta r square. See here delta r, this quantity is very negligible and it's square. So that's why delta r square, this total term is neglected. So that's why we are neglecting that terms, because delta r, it is very small quantity. So that's why delta r square we are neglecting here. So final surface area will get here 4 pi r square plus 2r into delta r. This delta r square is very small, due to this it is neglected. So that's why a2 is equal to 4 pi into r square, that is 4 pi r square plus 4 pi into this, that is 4 to the 8 pi r delta r. So this is the final surface area of liquid drop. Now we have initial surface area as well as final surface area. So what will be the change in surface area of the liquid drop? So for the change in surface area of liquid drop, that is we are indicating, that is dA, that is change in area will be final surface area, final area minus initial area. Now we have both equations for final as well as initial. So final surface area, this one. So final surface area is 4 pi r square plus 8 pi r delta r minus initial area. What is initial area of liquid drop? 4 pi r square due to spherical shape. So that's why minus 4 pi r square. See here 4 pi r square, here plus 4 pi r square and here minus 4 pi r square. So they will be cancelled. So remaining term will be see here remaining term will be change in area, that is dA is equal to 8 pi r into delta r. So this will be the equation for change in area, and that equation is supposed to be equation 1. Now up to this equation, just we have calculate whatever may be the change in area. So that change in area can be represented by dA is equal to 8 pi r into delta r. Now see here we know the concept of surface energy. We know the surface energy that is surface energy is equal to work done per unit area. We have already proved it, that is work done per unit area is nothing but just it is a surface energy, but this surface energy is exactly equal to the surface tension. This relation also we have seen. So therefore surface energy is equal to surface tension. So due to this relation, instead of surface energy we can use surface tension, that is T is equal to dW upon dA. So therefore dW, increase in work done, is equal to surface tension into change in area. In this way we can write. Now see students, so work done is exactly equal to surface tension into change in area. Now we have the value of surface area. So in equation 1 we already calculate here the value of, that is 8 pi r into delta r, that is the value of change in area. So that's why we are putting here. So T into 8 pi r into delta r. So this is for work done, equation number 2. Okay, so this is work done to increase the surface area. See here we are having here two equations. So if we want to calculate the excess force, what we have to do here? So using simple concept, that simple concept is related to pressure. Now see, if we want to calculate the pressure, so pressure is always equal to force upon area. We are seeing about the pressure, that is the basic formula to calculate pressure, that is pressure is always equal to force per unit area. So that's why we are writing here the excess force, that is Bf is equal to this excess pressure, the excess pressure multiplied by area. So this Bf stands for excess force. So this excess force will be excess pressure. We know the term excess pressure. Excess pressure is here. We are considering, that is PI minus P naught. So PI minus P naught stands for the difference between inside pressure and outside pressure. So excess pressure means what? Just it is a difference between inside pressure and outside pressure multiplied by area. Because the area of this initial surface area, that is 4 pi r square into 4 pi r square. So this is our equation 3rd. So here we have already calculated, that is dF, that is the excess force. Now see here the simple formula to calculate work. So here the simple formula we are taking to calculate the work. Now we know the basic things about the work. So to calculate work, two physical quantities are very important. That is, one is force and another is displacement. Okay. So see here. So using that concept, that is work done is given by, which formula is there? Work done is given by, that is work done is equal to force into displacement. Here force into displacement. So displacement is here delta r. Why displacement is here delta r? Because we are increasing this radius by delta r. So this delta r represents here displacement. So this is the basic formula to calculate work done. Work done is equal to force into displacement. Now we have the formula force, that is excess force, in equation 3. So excess force is equal to Pi minus P naught into 4 pi r square into delta R. So this is equation number 4. Now for work, in this case we have two equations. One is work is equal to surface tension into 8 pi r into delta r. Another equation for work is here, work done is equal to pi minus p naught into 4 pi r square into delta r. Now see here, these two equations are equating what we get. So after equating these two equations, that is equating equation, which equation is that? Equation second, and equation this one, that is equation 4. So now we equate, that is equation 2 is E into 8 pi r into delta r is exactly equal to pi minus p naught into 4 pi r square into delta r. This equation we have to calculate the excess pressure, and excess pressure is here pi minus p naught. So see here what will be the equation for excess pressure. So therefore from this equation pi minus p naught is equal to surface tension into 8 pi r into delta r divided by, this term will be divided by 4 pi r square into delta r. So pi minus p naught is exactly equal to delta r will get cancelled. Here also pi, then 1 r 4 to the 8. So remaining term is here. Remaining term is 2t upon small r. So this is very important relation for liquid drop. So here excess pressure in case of liquid drop. So you should remember this is for liquid drop. So you should remember for liquid drop you have to calculate the excess pressure. Then you have to use this formula 2T by R. Here 2T, T stands for what? Surface tension, and R stands for whatever may be the surface, whatever may be the radius of that liquid drop. Now see, if instead of liquid drop we have to calculate the excess pressure in case of bubble, then what we have to do? So for that purpose, see here, in case of soap film or soap bubble, so how many surfaces are there? Two surfaces are there, we have seen. While you are producing soap film, so in that soap film there are two surfaces, okay, and in case of bubble there are also two surfaces. So just you have to remember here, in case of soap bubble, but for soap bubble it has two surfaces. Therefore the excess pressure for soap bubble will be 2T divided by multiplied by 2. So just you have to multiply by 2 in this equation. So we get here 2 multiplied by 2, that is 4T by R. Suppose this equation is 5, this one is 6. See here, if excess pressure for liquid drop you have to use 2T by R, and if excess pressure for soap bubble, just you have to multiply it by 2. Why? Because in case of soap bubble there is 2, or we can say 2 surface. So 2 surface, so that's why multiplying by 2, here we get 40 by R. So is it clear? So there is no confusion in case of liquid drop and soap bubble. If liquid drop is there, just you have to use 2T by R, and if soap bubble is there, you have to use 4T by R. Thank you.